Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Art Crate Field in beautiful Spanaway, Washington. My name is Chris Egan from King 5 Sports, and we are live on King 5 Plus, streaming you the entire big game of the week. It is week number 1 of the high school football season, and what a dandy we have for you here from Art Crate Field. A couple of heavyweights squaring off tonight. Graham-Kapowsin, the home team tonight. They're wearing their blue tops and blue bottoms with their white helmets. They will be taking on the defending champs from the 3A ranks, the O'Day Fighting Irish. And the storylines here, there are several. GK, one of the top teams in the 4A. They should make a run for the South SPSL title. They could make a run for a 4A state title. And then you've got the defending champs from O'Day. They will be in the driver's seat once again to make a run for a state title. Bellevue in their way, Eastside Catholic and others will try to stop them. But this is their first test of the year. These two teams coming out of the gates, and it will be a historic night, or it could be a historic night. Let's set the tone there for you. Coach Monty Kohler, he started coaching at O'Day High School back in 1985. Throughout his tenure, Coach Kohler has led his team to 4 state championships, 3 academic state championships, 10 state championship games, 25 Metro championships, and he's been to the state tournament only 34 times. Last year, Coach Kohler, when he won a state title, he won his 394th game, which tied him with Tumwater legend Sid Otten for the most high school football wins in state history. Tonight, if Coach Kohler and O'Day win, Coach Kohler will have that title by himself. And it is O'Day on the kickoff, and O'Day setting the tone early. Nice little return right there. And actually, that was GK returning it as we get set for football here. That was number 4, Colton Brown for GK with a great return. And here we go. GK will have the ball. High school football is underway from Art Crate Field. The GK Eagles, they're going to come at you with a little modern spread. Coach Curley led this team to a state championship in 2021. In 2022, Jeff Logan was named the new head coach of GK, and he has done just an absolutely amazing job, Coach Logan here. Taking over, he was a former quarterback, and coming out of the gates, the Eagles are throwing. That's Jace Hollis. Jace Hollis taken down on the 5-yard line. A.J. Tuivai-Ave, the quarterback for GK. He's only a sophomore, and he's going to show you some stuff tonight. This sophomore is one of the best in the state. You'll be hearing A.J.'s name all day long. He just found Jace Hollis for a nice pickup right there, and already GK is in scoring distance in the red zone. First down and 10, ball on the 9-yard line. So Jeff Logan setting the tone. Hey, we're going to come out, we're going to throw. We've got some playmakers. Keep an eye on number 11, Case Betts. Jace Hollis, 2 of the best wide receivers in the SPSL. And A.J. Tuivai-Ave with the handoff right there. Number 12, Blake Pearson, takes it up, and he's down on the 1-yard line. Nice carry there from Blake Pearson. It'll be second down and goal for the Eagles. Talking about Coach Jeff Logan, he played for Eric Curley, graduated from GK in 2009. Great quarterback here, had a successful college career at Montana Western, now the head coach here. He gets some help from his brother. He calls his best friend and his dad. A.J. Tuivai-Ave, the quarterback for GK. Hands it off to Pearson, and Pearson is in for a GK touchdown. And the Eagles come out and make a statement against the defending 3A state champs from O'Day. 6-0 Eagles. Nice little series there for Blake Pearson. Had a nice 8-yard run and then a 1-yard run for a touchdown. Jace Hollis with a nice catch on that, but it was all set up by Colton Brown on the kickoff return. And here comes GK. This team has quite a history. When you look back at 2021, they were the state champions, an undefeated season. 2022, they were in the state semifinals. 2024, last year, they lost to Arlington in the first round of the playoffs. And it's actually Should be 7-0 GK. Yeah, they got we get the rookie scoreboard. It's the first game of the season. That's not on the King 5 side. That's in the GK booth. So the Eagles come out, take a 7-0 lead. AJ Tuivasa-Ave leading the charge. Just a sophomore, already getting offers from a lot of colleges around the state. Also want to mention, leading the tone for this Eagles team is their center, number 51, Douglas Peterson. He's a first teamer. His mom came up to me before the game, said make sure you mention that Douglas is also a cutie. And Douglas will be playing college ball someday soon as well. And we're also, like I mentioned, number 11, Case Betts. First team, sophomore, captain of this squad. He is a playmaker as well. But now we're going to kick the ball off to the O'Dea Fighting Irish and Monty Kohler. He's going to just run it right down your throat. He's been doing it since 1985. It's been working for the Irish, and we'll see if it works again this season. He has some big linemen up front, and he's got some great backs. And also a pretty good little wide receiver, the name of Leo Bancaro. Yes, the brother of Paulo Bancaro plays for the Orlando Magic. All right, 10:57, first quarter. Welcome, everybody. King 5 Plus, we're streaming the big game this year, bigger and better. We've been doing the big game for over 15 years. And you, the viewers, the listeners, you asked, you said, Chris, we'd love to see the entire game. Well, the King 5 department stepped up, and here you go. Going to be a little laundry on the field. Illegal motion. It's going to bring it back a little bit. GK is going to kick this over again. Talking about Monty Kohler, though, as I was mentioning, he's been the head coach for the Fighting Irish since 1985. O'Dea state championships in 1991, 1994, 1995, 2017. State championship last year for the O'Dea Fighting Irish. His teams have qualified for the state championships 34 times. He has 394 career wins. One win away for becoming the all-time winningest coach in state history. Right now he's tied with Sid Otten, the Tumwater legend, who led the T-Birds to several state titles. And that ball's live. And O'Dea's going to jump on it. All right, with 10:54 to go here in the first quarter, GK has the lead, 7-0. If you're just joining us, it was Blake Pearson running it in from 1 yard out after a nice 9-yard carry. So the Eagles score on their opening drive, and here they come, the Fighting Irish. A lot of people thought last year that the Bellevue Wolverines were going to be the toughest team in the 3A ranks, and arguably they were very good, but O'Dea got the best of them in that state championship game. Hutton Leverett, your quarterback for O'Dea. Leo Bancaro in motion for the Irish. Going to lean on those big linemen, and that's Uriah Stringfield, only picking up about a half a yard. Good pressure there from the D-line from the GK Eagles. Big old Julius Hernandez-Avila. He is a big boy right there in the middle, along with Jeremiah Leah Muava. Some big boys up front on GK's D-line. They're going to bring the heat. Pass is complete. Number 21, David Schwartzel, with the reception for the Fighting Irish. And that's a name you're going to hear a lot, David Schwartzel, one of the veteran players on this O'Dea team. He's one of their leaders on offense and on defense. He does it all. Hutton Leverett under center for the Irish. Ball on the 48. First down and 10. There's the handoff right up the middle. Max Speller spells trouble for his opponents. He is a big boy. He is hard to bring down. Nice little pickup there for Speller of about 8 yards. And this is what O'Day does. If you're facing off against Monte Kohler and the Irish, there's no secret. They're going to run it, and they're going to run it right at you. And they're going to try to wear you down all night long. And this is why I'm loving this matchup tonight, because GK has a D-line, linebackers that can bring the heat as well. So it's going to put a good little battle for the O'Day Irish in week 1. Hunt Leverett under center, hands it off. It's going to be Uriah Stringfield with the carry. He gets the first down and some change. Irish moving the chains. The O'Day Fighting Irish visitors today. They're wearing their road whites, yellow pants, with a little maroon stripe down the sideline. The GK Eagles going with their home blue tonight. Blue tops, blue pants, and their shiny white jerseys. Graham-Kapowsin over the last decade, they are definitely one of the heavyweights in the 4A, always making a run for an SPSL title. It is first down and 10, 8:36 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 GK. Leverett to Stringfield, who picks up a couple more yards. We do want to mention tonight that obviously the folks at King 5 are stepping up to bring us this streaming special, but we also want to say a big thank you to the big game, which is sponsored this year by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. That's Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. These big games don't happen without some big sponsors, so once again, a big shout out to Phillips Law Firm. All right, ball is on the 36. First down, second down for the Irish. Second down and 8. Little play action. Leverett shakes one tackle, lets it go. He was looking for Leo Bancaro. Avoided the sack nicely. That's going to bring up a third down and 8. Leverett looking over at the sidelines. Let's see what Monte Kohler's going to come up with here in his bag of tricks. Third down and 8, 7:43 to play in the first quarter. Coming to you from Art Crate Field. Beautiful night, about 79 degrees. Some blue skies in the distance. Mount Rainier trying to peek out, but a little cloudy tonight. Can't see Mount Rainier. Here we go, third down and 8. And O'Day pointing to GK. GK pointing to O'Day. And it looks like O'Day got a timeout in. So, looks like we got a timeout. The O'Day Fighting Irish. And I want to get back to, obviously, one of the big stories here. And that's Monte Kohler trying to make history tonight. But what is special about this coach, and we chatted with him in the pregame, is it has never been about victories or state championships for Monte. It's all about the kids. It's all about making them better on the field and better off the field. He runs a very disciplined program, but he cherishes the fact that when these kids leave O'Day, they are better people. And he has really made a huge difference with the Irish, once again, coaching since 1985. All right, O'Day coming out of the timeout. Third down and 8 for the Irish. GK, let's see if they can find themselves, get a big stop here. They've already got momentum. They scored on their opening drive. Julius Hernandez-Avila trying to get in there for the big blue. There's the handoff. Peyton Egan. And there's no relation. Yours truly, Chris Egan. I saw that name on the O'Day roster, Peyton Egan. I'm going to be honest. I would love to be calling that name all night long, but Peyton Egan with a nice carry there for the Irish takes it for the first down. Peyton Egan will play both ways. We'll see him on defense and offense for the Irish. Just a junior. Become one of O'Day's big weapons, offense and defense, and Egan is staying in the game for O'Day. First down and 10. Egan gets the handoff again. Egan shaking, baking. Picks up about 7 yards. So O'Day going with a little Egan attack here in the first quarter. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm calling a big game Kellen. That's our photojournalist from up above. And this is the difference of King 5 Plus, ladies and gentlemen. This is not that robo camera that you're going to see that's just going to show you the same shot. When you got Emmy Award-winning photojournalists like Big Game Kellen on the camera, you're going to see some good stuff, and we're seeing it already from this King 5 Plus streaming special. Play action. Lets it fly a little high. Was looking for Rafton Clark III. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. So Monty Kohler going to his bag of tricks. I think a lot of people here at Art Crate Field were thinking run. Goes to the bag of tricks. Throws a little high. Let's see if GK can get a big stop here. But you got to believe this is 2-down territory for O'Day. I doubt Monty is going to be kicking a field goal if they don't get the first down here. I'd look for a run, and I'd look for Peyton Egan to get the handoff right here. And we could be having another timeout. So O'Day taking their second timeout already in this first quarter, and it's only week 1, so there's going to be some communications things that coaches want to talk through. There's actually an O'Day player that's getting his shoe tied. These are little things, and these are little things that Coach Kohler wants to address. GK defense bending but not breaking quite yet. And I was mentioning Big Game Kellen on the camera, and what he can't show you, ladies and gentlemen, fortunately, is that you're seeing the visitor side O'Day. The Graham side is literally packed to the rafters. There is not an empty seat to be had here. And oh, look at Kellen. He's just showing off now. He's showing off. But as you can see, it is just packed to the rafters, and that's pretty cool on a week 1 Friday night. There's the band getting loose, getting ready to party. And there we go. Everybody getting on their feet. A big 3rd down and 3 coming to you from Art Crate Field. Handoff up the middle. And there goes Egan again. And Peyton Egan with another first down run. Listed as your second string running back for the Irish, but if you've watched the Irish like I have over the years, that doesn't mean a whole lot because they are going to use their running backs, and whether you're second, first, even third string, you're going to get a lot of touches. All right, first down and 10, ball on the 13. O'Day is in the red zone. Another handoff. Not much going there for Egan. That's Gavin Deaton with the stop for the GK Eagles. Gavin Deaton, 6 foot, 220-pound senior. Nice little stop there for GK. That brings up 2nd and 11 from the 14. 5:45 to play in the first quarter. Handoff. And like I mentioned, Monty Kohler going to his bag of tricks. That is Deshaun Wilson getting the carry there. Just a sophomore, 5'6", 165 pounds. So he is going to his well of running backs. We have already seen Stringfield, Egan, and now Wilson getting some carries for the Irish. And leading the way for those running backs, big old Max Speller, the fullback for the Irish. 3rd down and 5, a big one here. O'Day's going to go to the air. And I believe he's in. Was the fumble on the 1 or not? It has been recovered. We're going to see what the officials call here. Was he across before? If he was into the end zone, that's a touchdown. Waiting on a call, and it looks like they are going to give O'Day the touchdown, saying that he was definitely in the end zone. So that will be a touchdown for O'Day. Extra point will tie it up. And the extra point is good. So with 4:54 to play in the first quarter, it is the Eagles 7, the Irish 7, and Monty Kohler doing exactly what Monty Kohler loves to do. He is just going to pound it right down your throat. He ran 4 running backs at the Eagles on that series. Egan got the majority of the carries on that one, picked up a couple crucial first downs for the Irish. And that's what they'll do. They will put their big old linemen, Griffin Matson, Kyler Harden, Tavita Nanu, Kingston Fadaele, David Schwartzel, Tavita, Cyrus. The big boys up front are going to try to pave the way, but let's see if the Eagles now, the offense has had plenty of time to rest up. What a pleasure. What a thrill. And yours truly, we'll get the hang of this. I hope you'll join us for the entire season. We'll be here every Friday night for the big game. And we're going to pick a special game every Friday night as we travel across the great state of Washington. Over the years, we've pretty much been to every high school in this great state. We've covered Lindale and Ferndale. We were at Hoquiam and Aberdeen. We've been down south, the Spaghetti Bowl, the Fish Bowl, you name it, we've been there. And that's going to be into the end zone. GK will take it. But every Friday night, we're going to bring you on King 5 TV, pregame fun at 5:45 and 6:45. Then we'll be here on King 5 Plus, thanks to Phillips Law Firm and some of the greats at King 5, by the way, too. Aiden and Ryan, I'm just going to throw their name out there, and Milt the Great have been working nonstop to set this up for you. And I'm looking at both of them, and so far, so good. Okay. They're smiling, I'm smiling. GK takes over, 7-7 game, 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Looks like a little too much false start on the Eagles. A little movement up front. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That's going to bring up 1st and 15. And every week as well, on the Big Game streaming show, we're going to bring in special guests, whether it's a student at a local high school that's wanting to be a future broadcaster. Tonight, we've got one of the longest high school long-term reporters in the state. Todd Millis is going to join us in the second quarter. We'll get his thoughts on the state of high school football. If you're watching this game tonight at Art Crate Field, it's obviously pretty good because this place is packed to the rafters. They're around the track now as people are still trying to get into this place. And here we go. GK takes over. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Not much going there on the run. Blake Pearson, who had the touchdown earlier in the first quarter, picked up only a couple yards on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 13. Say this name with me, though. AJ Tuivasa-Ave. Tuivasa-Ave, quarterback for GK. Number 5. Only a sophomore. And this young man had some incredible games as a freshman last year. I had the pleasure to watch him as they faced off against the Curtis Vikings, in which was one of the better games of the season. And he just showed big play-making ability as a freshman. And now as a sophomore, he is going to be one of the quarterbacks to look out for this year in the state of Washington. So it is, as I mentioned, 78, 79 degrees. I'm not a meteorologist, but it's hot. It's humid. Coaches are utilizing their timeouts. First game of the season. I think one of the concerns from coaches early on, cramping. Are the kids in shape enough for a football game? I think coaches would hope they would be. But until it's game time, and it's hot out there, So coach is being very careful early. 3 timeouts already in this first quarter. Handoff there on 2nd down and 12, and not much happening there for GK. Several Irish in there on the tackle. Third down and 12. Jeff Logan's going to need to go to his bag of tricks here. I'd look for the Eagles to look for Case Betts. First team captain on this team. He's got some speed. AJ lets it fly. He was looking for Jace Hollis. He hooked up with Jace earlier in the first quarter. They could not make the play there. That's going to bring out the punting unit for the Eagles. And the O'Day defense, after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive, comes out and they're going to get a 3 and out. Just what Monte Kohler needed. Punt's got a nice hometown bounce there. Not much there for Jeremiah. And that is going to bring out Hutton Leverett and the Irish offense with 3:34 left to go in the first quarter. 7-7 game. Once again, you've got the defending 3A state champions. The year before that, they took 2nd place in state. In fact, what a run it has been for O'Day. In 2024, state champions, they beat Bellevue. 2023, lost to Bellevue in the semis. 2022, lost to Eastside Catholic in the semis. 2021, they were in the quarterfinals. 2019, 2nd place to Eastside Catholic. 2018, they lost to Eastside Catholic. 2017, state champs. It's just year in and year out. If you're looking at the Final Four of the 3A ranks, you're usually going to see the Irish in the mix. 3:14 to go here. First quarter of play. Chris Egan coming to you from Art Crate Field. Beautiful night for some football. And I think we've mentioned high school football officially underway. A lot of games, not a lot of games, most of the games are taking place tonight. Couple games last night. We saw Emerald Ridge with a nice win over the Kentwood Conquerors. That game was at Sparks Stadium. Enumclaw came out with a nice little victory at home last night as well. And that's Stringfield with the carry for the Irish. Picked up a couple yards there. O'Day getting back to the basics. Just ground and pound. That is what he likes to do. 21 pound. Stringfield in the backfield. Max Speller leading the way. 2nd down and 3. The Irish are going to throw. And that's Leo Bancaro. Leo Bancaro. Nice little pickup from Leo Bancaro. And when you look at last season, I know I talked to Monte Kohler and he says, Egan, last season was last season. We're not talking about that. But I'm going to talk about it. And it was Leo Bancaro who made just some monster plays for the Irish in the state playoffs, which helped him get to that state title game. And he's making an impact already tonight. Leo picking up the first down for O'Day. First down at 10. Ball at the 29. Handoff to Stringfield. Stringfield shakes, bakes, and he's got another first down for the Irish. He's down on the 12-yard line. And this is just what is so tough to stop. You look at the size as Kellen is zooming in on some of those 51, 52, 66. I mean, you're looking at about 1,000 pounds of beef down there, and it is tough to move that beef because those running backs, they find the holes and they just go. I mean, I look at those guys, and that's why my son's playing tennis. I don't want him lining up against those guys. All right, first down at 10. Irish with the ball. They're back in the red zone. Delayed handoff to Stringfield. And Uriah picks up a few more yards. Tackle right there from Quincy Rattray. Quincy, not only great on defense, one of the top tight ends in the state of Washington. Keep an eye on this young man. He is a playmaker. Quincy Rattray, 6'4", 230 pounds. All right, second down and 11. Ball on the 15. Handoff. And look at big old Max Speller. And we've got a flag. This could be coming back. This could be a hold. We'll see what our head official says. Sure enough, it is a hold on O'Day, and that will be coming back. Max Speller, just a junior, 6'1", 215 pounds. And as you start looking at both these rosters, you're going to realize they're going to be around for several more years. A lot of juniors and sophomores on both of these rosters. GK actually has one of their youngest teams of all time. Only 10 seniors on this Eagles team. Just 10 seniors. So look for great things from the Eagles. Nice tackle right there. That's Raymond Legat. Raymond Legat with a tackle for the Eagles. And the GK defense, they've been asked to step it up, and that's exactly what they're doing on this drive. Third down and 21, and the Irish are going to let the clock run out. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first quarter here from Art Crate Field. It is 7-7 your score. We will be back with the second quarter. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Art Crate Field. Setting the scene for you a little bit here. We have moved to the second quarter, 7-7 game. Chris Egan coming to you live on King 5 Plus. We've got a penalty on GK, which is everything O'Day needed in that situation. And it is my pleasure now to bring on, and I mentioned we're going to have some special guests every game. And I'm going to tell you, after the first quarter, I think I need a special guest every quarter. Todd Millis, longtime prep reporter. If you've been around prep sports in the state of Washington, you know the name Todd Millis. And Todd, first off, thank you for joining us here on King 5 Plus and the big game of the week.
Yeah, what a great first quarter. Each team going down and scoring. And there's a little irony here because right now the kid that's playing quarterback for O'Day is a GK kid that transferred. He's come through their Eagles youth program. I think he's in on an injury. I saw Hunter on the sideline over there. Something's going on. So that's why he's under center here on O'Day's second drive, but he's the one that scored the touchdown against his old buddies.
And before the game, Todd, some of the kids on the GK were talking about that, facing off against possibly one of their former teammates, and sure enough, here he is, getting that touchdown at the end of the first quarter and leading the Irish now.
Yeah, what a great play, what a great scramble play. It was close, though. That was close to being a fumble in the end zone, but they gave the touchdown to O'Day. So here we go. It's O'Day trying to kick a field goal to take the lead.
And it is good. So the O'Day Fighting Irish with 11:19 to go in the second quarter. That's Alec Petricic with the field goal, which gives the Irish the 10-7 lead. And since we're heading to a kickoff, we got time to talk to Todd Millis a little bit about what he's been up to, because you've been a busy man and a lot's going on. Tell me what's new with you this year.
Yeah, so I started my own venture. It's called VarsityWaNews.com, my own website. It's still covering the state of Washington. I'm glad to be here in week one with Monty Kohler going after win number 395. But we'll be in Eastern Washington a few times. Lauren Smith, who used to work at the Tacoma News Tribune, and I have kind of gone out on our own, and it's been fun. I'm glad to be back in the space. I was with Scorebook Live for 5 or 6 years and had a great time there, but it's time to kind of do something different. So hopefully people can check it out and like what they see.
And one of the main things, Todd, that I think you and Lauren wanted to do was you wanted to keep it real. You wanted to keep it home. You wanted to focus on high schools from the state of Washington. That's kind of a reason you went out on this venture, isn't it?
Yeah. My old company wanted me to do something different, a little more nationally, and my expertise is in the state of Washington, and I built a lot of resources, not only in the 6 years at Scorebook Live, but the 24 years at the Tacoma News Tribune. So it made a lot of sense. I'm hoping we can make it work. I hope it catches fire, and I hope people enjoy what they read and what they see.
Well, 11:19 to go. Colton Brown. A nice little return here. Look at Brown, 50.
Wow.
And making something out of nothing there, Todd Millis. He almost fumbled it away, and the next thing you know, he's picking up 40 yards on the kickoff return. And I tell you, Monty Kohler's got to be asking himself, special teams has been a little problem tonight. That's 2 great returns now from the Eagles.
Yes. And we know what happened the first time Graham-Kapowsin had good field position. So great effort by Mr. Brown there on a play that he looked dead there on the right sideline.
And Todd, we've talked a lot already in this game about Monty Kohler, but if we could just talk about Jeff Logan and what he's done with GK, taking over a program from Eric Curley, a former Puyallup Vikings quarterback that took over this GK program and turned him into one of the state powerhouses. And it just seems like year in and year out, if you're looking at the 4A, you've got to look at GK as one of the contenders.
Yeah, to me it says a lot when Eric retired after the state championship year, and what a great year going to Vegas and beating Travis Hunter and in that bowl series. But it says a lot to me when, most of the guys on that staff wanted to coach with Jeff, including his dad, including his brother. Jeff's a bright guy. He's a former quarterback, the offensive coordinator on that state championship team. He's a very intense guy. He's already gotten in a couple verbal scraps around the state. But the guy's got passion. He's a really good coach. GK hasn't had much of a drop off.
No.
I expect with this young group, I expect a big year for the Eagles.
Yeah, and it's a little Eagles program that just seems to be feeding this GK Eagles team, and a penalty on O'Day there, face mask. So that's going to bring up a first down and 10 for the Eagles. And AJ lets it fly, and we got penalty flags everywhere on the field. And I believe that was Roberson that they were throwing to. Looked like Roberson.
The encouraging thing, Chris, is AJ is having time to throw the football.
Yeah.
And if he has time to throw the football to Mo Williams and Halays and Case Betts, he's going to make some big plays. That's a very encouraging sign for the Eagles.
Watching AJ in the pregame warm-up, Todd, I'm like, how is this kid a sophomore? I mean, he's got the body of a college athlete already watching this guy.
Yeah, his dad was a defensive lineman at Washington back in the day, had some D1 looks. I think Wazoo was interested in him, and I think old AJ got dad's body, except he can just throw a football really far.
All right, another penalty on the Irish, which brings up another first down for the GK Eagles. 10:43 to go in the first quarter. O'Day leads it 10-7. The Eagles are going to run it. And it looks like Blake Pearson's going to get the run. It's going to pick up just a couple yards. Blake, obviously, so far having a great night. Had that nice 9-yard run in the first quarter, following that up with a 1-yard touchdown run. GK, though, they're going to spread you out. They're going to throw the ball. And it's interesting to me watching this because if I recall, Todd, Eric Curley was kind of more like a Monty Kohler, kind of ground and pounded, right?
Yeah, I think Jeff prefers that too. But, I mean, when you have a quarterback like this, and Eric was the same way with Dylan Morris.
Sure.
He threw the ball a little bit more. But I think in a perfect world, I think Jeff would like to run the ball. He just happens to have a guy that can throw 70 yards, so and good receivers.
Yeah, might as well do that once in a while. Yeah, and a receiver that we haven't mentioned yet tonight, Todd, and just your thoughts on him is Case Betts. This is the captain of the team. He was first team last year as a sophomore. He is a dangerous playmaker, but so far O'Day has kept him in check tonight. Yeah,
I think O'Day is giving Mr. Betts a little extra attention, but that opens up stuff for Mo Williams. It opens up for Halays. Halays obviously had the big catch on the first drive, so what I like is AJ being a sophomore. He's mature. He's wise beyond his years. He's not forcing it to his guy. He knows sometime along the game he's going to find his guy for a big play.
And a heads-up play there from AJ, getting rid of the ball to Quincy Rattray, and avoids the sack, which you did not want to take a sack this deep in territory, and just a great athletic move there from AJ to get rid of that ball. All right, so that is going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down and about, I'm sizing it up here, about 4th down and 4, Todd. 5 wide receivers spread across the field. Trips to the left. Let's see where AJ goes on this one. 4th down and 4. He lets it fly into the end zone. Just missed his target.
But I think we're going to get a penalty
flags
here, yes. That's the second or third PI call on O'Day. It's been a tough matchup for these young defensive backs for O'Day so far.
Well, yeah, this has been a tough drive for them penalty-wise. I think that's either their 3rd or 4th penalty on this drive alone. The officials talking about it, communicating. Can't thank these officials enough, Todd. I mean, we're running out of them. Parents, if you're listening, please. Easy on the officials, right?
Hey, I was on the sideline. I didn't hear one bad thing toward the referees in the first quarter.
Good.
Maybe we turned a new leaf here.
We possibly. And how cool is this as you look around? I mean, for somebody that has covered high school sports now for a couple decades in this state, I mean, the GK side, Todd, is packed. There isn't an open seat. They're doubled up down the track. It's only week 1. O'Day. They finally made it down 167 and down I-5. You got the Washington State Fair going on, so forgive them for the traffic, but they've filled their side now.
Yeah, I think they first ended up at Sparks and said, "Oh, we're not playing here." So
And that is Pearson with the carry again for GK. Yeah, should be a good one tonight. Speaking of that, Spark Stadium, the Puyallup Vikings taking on the Tumwater T-Birds. We've mentioned Sid Otten quite a bit, and Tumwater is just another team that seems to always be there at the end of the season.
Yeah, your Vikings hopefully will put a little bit better effort in trying to defend the wing tee than they did last year down at Sid Otten Field, but different coaching staff, a little different attitude. I expect that to be a pretty good game tonight. 2nd
down and 6 for the Eagles. AJ looking around, looks to the sidelines. Jeff Logan gives him some call, and I think GK is going to take a timeout here. And yes, they will. That will be their 2nd timeout of the first half. 8:20 to go in the second quarter. O'Day leads it 10-7. Todd Millis joining us. And once again, Todd, just throw it out there for everybody. I mean, you're joining us. I want you to plug it.
Yeah, it's called Varsity Wah News. You can find, we're on Twitter. It's a Substack website. It's pretty easy to find. It is subscription-based, but like I was telling the guys earlier on a podcast, if you read all the stories that we'll do in a year, it'll cost you like $1.10 per story.
And here's the thing, Todd. Everybody wants to say, hey, we need more high school sports. We need more positive news. Well, you need people to support it. And with that in mind, King 5 Plus, supported by Phillips Law Firm. The big game sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. We need these sponsors, and we thank these sponsors. Here we go, 2nd down and 6. AJ's going to keep himself. AJ's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards, which is going to bring up about 3rd down and 3rd down and 3.
They were not fooled on that RPI run. Probably doesn't have the burst as Mr. Moimoi from O'Day, the backup quarterback that came in.
You're very good on these pronunciations, by the way.
But I'll tell you a story about Jeff Logan here after this play.
Okay. 3rd down and 3. Art Cratefield, beautiful night, couple heavyweights going to work. AJ looking around the field. He's got no room. He somehow sneaks out of it. AJ with the touchdown for GK. I don't know how he got out of that one. The magician comes through. AJ Tuivai-Ave with the touchdown for the Eagles. And that right now is your run of the night. Todd Millis, this is only a sophomore.
I have to apologize to AJ, man. After he got kind of corralled on that last run, that was a great escape to get the touchdown. Barreled over somebody right there at the goal line. Yeah, I'll tell you, Jeff Logan, during training camp, we talked about this game, and they said we're going to try and invoke the spirit of Sid Otten tonight and make O'Day and Monty wait an extra week to get the record. So I know that they don't want Monty to get the record on their watch. So that was a big rallying cry during training camp.
Well, Sid Otten, you and I both had the pleasure to cover him. One of the greats of all time. It reminds me a little bit of Monty. No BS. We're going to work hard. You've got to earn your spot. Nothing is given to you, and God, just what he did down in Tumble, and all the coaches, that his assistant coaches that went on. And I think what was amazing to me, Todd, was when the night Sid Otten retired, and you looked at his coaching staff, and there's assistant coaches that have been there 26 years, 25 years. Nobody wanted to leave his side, and I think that's also one reason why they were so good, was because the depth of that coaching staff, and they just knew each other so well.
Yeah, Pat Alexander, his right-hand man, who was there for a very long time, who passed away last year. But a lot of those guys that were, at the second half of Sid's coaching career are still on staff. There's so much continuity down there for Willie Garrow, who's now the coach. Bill Beatty was down there as well. It's a well-oiled machine down there, and man, they're always contending and knocking on the door for a 2A championship, just like they were in 3A and 4A when we were back in high school.
Now, for people just joining us, Todd, I want you to give us the storyline here, which has become one for O'Day, their quarterback. And obviously we don't have a sideline reporter down there. But Moimau took over at quarterback in the end of the first quarter for O'Day. And we don't know what happened to Hutton Leverett, but Moimau grew up in the Little Eagles program, was set to come to GK, but is now playing for Monty Kohler and the O'Day Irish.
Yeah, they had two guys that decided to come to O'Day, and he was one of them. You don't see a whole lot of ninth graders playing for Monty. Monty was telling me that there was a time that sophomores really didn't play for him, and now we have a freshman in there running the offense for the #1 team in Washington. So this is a pretty cool moment for a ninth grader, especially against a team that he knows very, very well.
And to Moimau's defense, you're a sophomore. You want to play quarterback. You're at GK, and pretty much that position is pretty much set right now. I think AJ will be the starter. For
I
right?
think. Yeah, I don't think anybody would blame him for wanting to seek opportunity elsewhere. He wasn't going to play unless something drastic happened.
Sure.
So, and Hunter Leverett's a senior, so he probably saw a good opportunity, and he's looking at a good opportunity right now.
Yes, he is. Uriah Stringfield with the carry right there for the O'Day Fighting Irish, who are now trying to fight back into this game. They had a 10-7 lead. GK put together a solid drive, aided with the help of several O'Day penalties, which got him into the red zone. AJ with a great scramble to get the touchdown. GK leads it 13-10. 6:20 to go. Big third down here for the Irish. Let's see what the freshman does at quarterback here. He's going to the air, and he's going to Leo Banquero. Banquero shaking big. He's got the first down, but there is a flag on the field, and the GK coaching staff all pointing the way of O'Day. But then again, they always point that way.
Yeah, might have been a pick play there.
Could be coming back.
On Maliatofa, looked like a pick play.
I was hitting my memory banks on Leo Banquero. Was it a touchdown in the semifinals or an interception of the that got them into the finals?
I can't tell you. Eastside Catholic should have been playing in the state championship game, and Gio.
I've been told Leo.
Yeah, Leo. Paulo is back there. behind the south.
Is Paulo on the end zone?
Yeah, he was telling me before the game he doesn't get the chance to watch his brother play. He wants to catch the first 2 or 3 games before he goes to camp.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he caught a 58-yard touchdown in double coverage and just basically went up and mossed it. And it was one of the most dramatic plays I've seen in a playoff game in Washington. And then we all know what happened the next week.
All right, third down and 19. The freshman scrambling in trouble. The ball is loose, and GK is on it, and that will be Eagles football right there. It looked to me like it was Quincy Rattray who jumped on the ball. I think Gavin Deaton may have stripped it. And sure enough, Gavin Deaton's on the sideline, pumped up, and I think it was old Gavin Deaton with the great defensive play. And tell me a little bit about this Quincy Rattray. He is a big boy.
Yeah, they have a few of those guys that are tall, lean, and quick.
And a little momentum swing here, Todd Millis.
But he's been in the backfield a lot the first half, Chris. I've noticed coming off that right defensive end edge.
5:55 to go. Our first turnover of the game. A forced fumble from the Eagles. AJ swings it over. Hits Case Betts. Trying to get their playmaker doing something, and he was smothered up pretty good by O'Day. Great little atmosphere tonight, though. This is just awesome. I mean, it is just – I'm looking left, Todd. I'm looking right, and there's nowhere to – there's no room at the end here at Art Crate Field. I mean, this place is just – what a night for football.
Yeah, I hope you brought your phone and your iPad trying to get out of the parking lot tonight, because it's going to be 45 minutes, which is a good thing.
It's like getting out of a big rock concert at Lumen Field, a little Taylor Swift. All right, AJ Tuiavai'ave throws it wide open. Is Keanu Corpus. Keanu Corpus with the catch and the first down. We're just a little shy of the first down. Nope.
Yeah, ninth grader.
Ninth grader. We're getting some new names tonight, Tom.
Yeah, listen. This is the one thing that Jeff Logan wanted to see, how his young receiving core. He doesn't have a senior in this receiving core. And this is a receiving core that's going to be together for at least the next couple years. But a ninth grader, he has a very talented ninth grade class that he's excited about. So nice catch by the freshman.
And that's Evan Prokop. Was not fooled on that play at all. Evan brings down big old Blake, but
I don't know if you remember this game last year. It was AJ's first start, and he threw. They didn't only let him throw like a handful of passes in the first half because he's facing this defensive line.
He's feeling pressure all night long, yeah.
And then the second half, he almost throws for 300 yards against O'Day, which is still the most that O'Day had given up all year. So,
well, you were mentioning rewinding a hair to GK and the youth on this team. We're hearing ninth graders. We're looking at names of 10th graders. Coaching staff told me they only have 10 seniors, their smallest senior class ever in GK history. So, as you mentioned, this team is not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a few years. Go to the corner of the end zone, and that is Case Betts with the touchdown. What a grab from Betts. We were talking about this name, saying O'Day had been keeping him in check. O'Day had been keeping him in check, and Case Betts came through with just a beautiful catch right there.
One of the best passing combinations in the state of Washington right there. And they connect for their first score of the season. What a great throw, too, by A.J.
Well, and that's what great players do. O'Day playing stellar defense in the first quarter. Does Case Betts, does he hang his head? No. Just keeps fighting every series, every drive. Comes through with a monster catch right there for Case Betts. And the GK Eagles now take a 20-10 lead here against the defending 3A state champions from O'Day, the Fighting Irish, and the cheerleaders from GK, the GK Boom Squad. Everybody on their feet here at Art Crate Field. And it is our pleasure at King 5 Sports to be bringing you this game on King 5 Plus. The great Todd Millis joining us for the second quarter. And Todd, you'll be doing some post-game show stuff tonight too on the web, right? You and Lauren?
Yes. So we're bringing back the old Friday night, kids on the bus, coaches, at the drinking hole. They're jacked up about, their games, and they want to hear what people are talking about. We're gonna bring back a Friday night podcast. Call it the Midnight Madness.
I love the late night. I remember Emerald Ridge. We used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and they would get all the King 5 TV sets on, and they'd be sending us pictures from Buffalo Wild Wings. And across the state, you'll see that everywhere.
Yeah.
Todd, where these teams are going off to little pizza places, Dairy Queens, watering holes, wherever, to watch some post-game highlights and to talk about the game.
I mean, 7 or 8 coaches at the Cloverleaf, although they close early now. So
they do, but arguably the best pizza in the state of Washington, the Cloverleaf.
My vote right there.
Number one. 20-10. It's interesting, Todd. A couple of people are asking me, what did you think about this game? And it's hard. First game of the season, you don't know. All we do know is that O'Day returned a lot of players, a lot of big players. They're going to pound the rock. We knew GK was young but very talented, and we're seeing that right now. I'm very impressed right now with the way GK has been running their offense, and so far so good.
Got to give that offensive line from GK right now a whole lot of credit. They're giving AJ enough time to find his guys, and that was the big question coming in. They have 3 of their 4 stud defensive line, D1 defensive linemen here tonight. I know that Tavita Nonu is out in the 3 tech, but 3 of their guys are there, and they rotate some guys too. So a great job by that offensive line giving AJ time to survey the field and get it to his guys, and right now that's been kind of the story. I also want to say, hey, Uriah Stringfield last year for O'Day had one of those postseasons. He wasn't even on the field last year for this game. He was the 3rd string running back. He was a transfer from Central Kitsap. He came to O'Day to play baseball. a few games later, he's the starting tailback, and he ends up being the co-MVP of the offensive MVP of the Metro League, and really the star of the show in their postseason. So GK had no familiarity with Uriah Stringfield going into this game. And I think their defense has done a pretty good job keeping him in check as well.
Yeah, they have. And you talk about that GK O-line. The man in the middle, Douglas Peterson, last year a first-teamer in the SBSL. Saw his mom before the game, Todd, and it's funny what I'll get from the parents. She says, Chris, you say anything about my son, just make sure you say he's a cutie. So that's what Mom said, so I'm not putting it out there. If you're a mom, you're listening, Todd and I will report the facts.
Best looking offensive line I saw in camp. So,
well, it is a pleasure to have Todd Millis joining us here for the second quarter. 3:22 to go in the second quarter. Second down and 5. The Irish are down. Also missing their starting quarterback, which we'll try to get more information on that. But Hutton Leverett went out in the first quarter with about 4 or 5 minutes to go and has not returned into this game. You don't want to assume injuries. You hope for the best for these kids, but wasn't doing much wrong, so I would think it would be an injury of some sort, Todd, that took him out of this game.
Yeah, he was on the trainer's table for a little bit, and then he was up, and I think he was talking to family members in the stands. I don't want to speculate, but it didn't look like it wasn't serious enough that they were, taking him into the locker room or taking him away somewhere. So praying for him, and he's back, soon. If not tonight, game 2, game 3.
Well, when we get a break from the action, we got Big Game Kellen, Emmy Award-winning photojournalist, and when we get a break, Kellen, we'll try to look at the O'Day sidelines and see if we can spot number 14 over there. But right now, it was first down and 10 Irish. Max Speller had the run there, got the first down for O'Day, trying to punch one in here. Hand off to Peyton Egan. And you almost want Peyton Egan just to get a couple big. Peyton Egan ran hard that first quarter.
I tell you, he almost broke that. He almost broke that, Chris. Little nephew Peyton almost broke that for you.
I literally want to go over to the O'Day side and find his parents and see if we're related at all.
Probably, man.
He spells it the right way.
All you Egans are out there, sociable. I'm sure there's a lot more out there that you don't know about.
2nd and 7. And that's going to be Jay-Sean Wilson with the carry. Sophomore. Monty Kohler loves to use those different running backs, doesn't he, Todd? He keeps us on our feet up here in the booth.
Yeah, I'm sure later in the season he'll pare that rotation down, but early on it's good to get a lot of those guys work. He was rotating a lot of guys in camp, and they all seem to be getting some touches here in the first half.
All right, 3rd down and 6. GK wearing their blue tops and blue bottoms. Jeremiah Leo Muava right in the middle for those Eagles, along with Quincy Radare, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout. GK, and that will be their final timeout of the half. And Todd, this is the Emmy Award-winning photojournalist, Kellen. We call him Big Game Kellen. We're looking for number 14, Hutton Leverett. Seeing if he's possibly on those sidelines. Starting quarterback coming into this game, but has not played since the first quarter. And you just hope that he's doing good. Hope he's doing all right. I was saying a little heat out there. Maybe we get some cramping going on, Todd. You never know. All right, well.
Where you at, number 14?
Could be tucked in there somewhere. All right, well. Could be maybe getting some little work. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. 3rd down and 6. 1:13 to play, second quarter. Fake pitch going to the air. And GK's defense coming through big time. That is Derek Manel-Busan with the defensive stop for GK.
And now we're seeing something. So this was one of the developments for O'Day in the offseason. David Schwarzel taking over for Xander, I can't remember his last name, but he was a good tight end for them last year. They're letting David play the tight end position. And for a big guy that's mainly known as a defensive end, he's going to go to UCLA to play defense. He's got soft hands and good feet. He's going to be a big weapon in their pass game along with Leo Boncaro. I expect those two guys to kind of lead. To lead the passing attack at O'Day is saying something because they're going to run the ball 80% of the time. But I think both of those guys are going to lead the team in targets and in receptions here in 2025.
All right, you're Jeff Logan. You got 1:02 on the clock in the second quarter. You've got a 20-10 lead. Going to get conservative here, Todd?
I think so. I mean, O'Day's got one timeout. He might take one shot, but Monty can't stop the clock. He can run two plays and get out of here and take a 10-point lead. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here.
Yeah, they're going to take the knee. And they're going to let this clock wind out. And with that in mind, I can't thank enough our special guest tonight, Todd Millis. Plug it again for me, Todd, one more time for everybody that's watching tonight on the King 5 Plus app. If you love high school sports, you're going to love everything that Todd and Lauren are doing.
Yeah, appreciate it, Chris. It's varsitywadnews.com. We'll have some stuff from the game tonight and tomorrow, and check it out. Hope you guys like it, Chris and the King 5 guys. Appreciate it, and have a great second half.
All right, there he is, the great Todd Millis, one of the best when it comes to reporting high school sports. Awesome work tonight. And for everybody, as we head to the halftime, we're going to take a commercial break, and then we'll come back. And what's going to happen on a big game Friday night, if there's bands, if there's drill teams that take the field, we're going to let you enjoy that because the bands, the drill teams, the cheerleaders, big part of big games as well. So that will be the first half, and it is the Graham-Kapowsin Eagles leading the O'Day Irish 20-10. 20-10. The Eagles getting touchdowns from wide receiver Case Betts, Blake Pearson with a touchdown, and AJ Tuivai-Ave with a gorgeous touchdown run as well, and a gorgeous pass to Case Betts. So once again, at the half, GK Eagles 20, the O'Day Fighting Irish 10. Thanks for joining us right here on King 5 Plus, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. That will do it for the first half. We'll be back for the second half coming up.
fans, it's time to welcome to the field the Graham-Kapowsin High School Marching Band. Tonight's performance will feature over 160 outstanding student musicians that are going to take you back to the 90s. With music from Aqua, Nirvana, Blink-182, and Green Day, drum majors Ariana Acevedo, Talana Jackson, and Camille Boza. Is your band ready? Let's hear it for the Graham-Kapowsin High School Marching Band.
keep it going for your Graham-Kapowsin Eagles.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Art Crate Field. Chris Egan coming to you live on King 5 Plus, streaming you the big game, bringing you high school football for free. Does it get any better than that? Yeah, you can go to paid sites and spend a lot of money, all you want, but you can go to King 5 Plus, just download it on your TV and watch for free. And if you're watching, you've already done that. So we appreciate that. We appreciate your support of high school sports. Graham-Kapowsin Eagles lead O'Day 20-10 at the end of the first half. We're about 4 minutes from the start of the second half. To pick you up on what happened in the first half, Blake Pearson with a touchdown run for the Eagles. O'Day answered with a rushing attack, one after another. Peyton Egan had some big runs for O'Day. They tied it up. They took a 10-7 lead off a field goal. And then the second quarter turned into the Eagles show. A.J. Tuivai-Ave with the run of the night, avoids his sack, gets in there for the touchdown. The Eagles defense then goes to work. Gavin Deaton brings the heat, forces a fumble. Quincy Rattray recovers, and then GK receiver Case Betts, one of the top receivers in the state, comes through with a gorgeous touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone. And that's where we're at right now. The Eagles lead it 20-10. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the second half of the King 5 Big Game of the Week, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm, only on King 5 Plus. Welcome back, everybody, to Art Crate Field in Spanaway. And how about that? Just a beautiful evening here for the big game of the week. Little moons over Miami tonight at Art Crate Field in what should be a great second half. Monty Kohler spending some time at halftime working out some details. His Fighting Irish down 20-10 to the Graham-Kapowsin Eagles, a team that is no stranger to playing in big games. GK had an undefeated season back in 2021, led by Josh Wood, now a quarterback for the Idaho Vandals. They've been to the state semifinals the year after that, so they know how to play big-time football, and Coach Logan has his team ready to go tonight. They are looking good. They are looking like one of the powerhouses again in the SPSL Conference, which is a conference loaded with some heavyweights. On the north side, you got the Sumner Spartans, the defending 4A state champions. Puyallup Vikings team that is locked and loaded. They got a Rogers Rams team that is fighting their way back into the ranks. Bellarmine Prep always tough. You got the Tornadoes down in Yelm. It's a league that is loaded up. And Emerald Ridge came out of the gates with a nice convincing win over Kentwood. And then on the other side of the field, the O'Day Fighting Irish. You talk about one of the best in the state, you have to talk about Monty Kohler and the O'Day Irish. Monty Kohler, the big story, and he doesn't want to be the big story, but he is. Monty Kohler has been the head coach for the Fighting Irish since 1985. Since 1985. He is currently tied with Tumwater legend, heck, forget Tumwater legend, state legend, Sid Otten, for the most victories in state history. He tied him with a state championship win over Bellevue. And there's the O'Day coaches trying to fire up their team for the second half. So a win tonight for O'Day would make Monty the all-time winningest coach by himself. Sid Otten, is he watching tonight? Who knows? He could be in the stands. We've heard rumors that Paulo Banchero, the Orlando Magic star, is here tonight in Spanaway to watch his little brother. We'll be keeping an eye. There's not a whole lot of 6'10" fans out there, so if we see them, we'll spray our camera on them. A term I know all great photojournalists hate to use, by the way, is spray. So, and especially an award-winning photojournalist like Kellen. So we'll be spraying nothing. We'll be covering the game. Here we're getting set for the start of the second half. Once again, the GK Eagles lead this one 20-10. And what has been a thrilling first half already. And I know we just recapped it, but you can't say enough about AJ Tuivai-Ave rushing touchdown. Looked like he avoided about 3 O'Day defensive ends to get into the end zone. The Eagles answer back with a great play on defense, and then it's AJ to number 11, Case Betts, who had a gorgeous touchdown, which has given the Eagles a 20-10 lead. But things can change pretty quickly here at the big game, considering O'Day will be receiving. It'll be O'Day's ball. I don't expect Monty Kohler to change much. They're going to attack you. They're going to try to wear you out, and they're going to run the rock. But they need to answer right here with a big drive. And we'll see as we now get set for the start of the second half. Coming to you live on King 5 Plus, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. 20-10, gorgeous night in Spanaway. I'm Chris Egan, alongside with a great King 5 crew, bringing you the big game. And once again, we'll have post-game over on Kong TV at 10:45, King 5 TV at 11:25. Ariel Orsuto will have other high school games from across the state of Washington tonight over on King 5 TV. So it will be O'Day ball. Third quarter getting set to begin. Once again, Graham home tonight, wearing their blue tops and blue bottoms and their shiny white helmets. The O'Day Fighting Irish with their white tops, yellow pants, maroon stripes down the sidelines, and their old school vintage O'Day Fighting Irish helmets. Paulo Banchero. And Kellen, I think I see exactly where he's at. I'll point to him during a timeout for you. Watching his little brother and I mentioned Paulo because he was part of one of those state championship teams back in the day. And that is Uriah Stringfield. As our friend Todd Mills was talking about, had a great postseason run.
Irish pick up 3 on the play, second down.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for O'Day here in the third quarter. And O'Day is going to hand the ball off, and that is going to be number 9.
Julius Hernandez Avila on the tackles for GK.
Number 9 checking in, Owen
That'll bring up
Bruskin
3rd down for the Irish.
with the rush. So Monty going to a lot of different players tonight. He's still got his freshman in at quarterback. Hutton Leverett not back in the game. And O'Day running it again, and not a lot of room right there for the Irish. A lot of big bodies up there for GK with a big stop, and that's going to bring up 4th and 1, and it is decision time for the Fighting Irish. How much does Monty Kohler trust his offensive line? Well, he trusts them a lot, and they are going to go for it. This is a big play to start the third quarter. The Irish, a little quarterback sneak, and did he get it? I'm not sure if he got it. GK says, I don't think he got it. And the Eagles were in on it. We'll see. The Eagles think they got the stop. It will be interesting where the spot is. This may bring out the chain group. And the head official says 1st down O'Day. The home crowd did not like the spot one bit at all. Looks like he just barely got the 1st down. And that is the freshman quarterback, Elias Moimoy. Elias Moimoy taking over the duties. Nice pass right there. And here comes Leo Bancaro. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Bancaro! Big play, Bancaro. Wow! Breaking a couple tackles. And Leo says, that's how you make a big play. Now, flags came down, but that may be the celebration in the end zone. I don't think they're bringing this touchdown back. I think the touchdown is good. I think a little laundry came out because of the celebration in the end zone. Leo Bancaro getting the big play of the night, and big brother Paulo is like, yeah, that's my little brother. It is a touchdown. And just like that, it looked like O'Day was going nowhere. They needed a big play. They get a 1st down on 4th and inches. And then the freshman quarterback finds Leo Bancaro, and Leo does the rest. Takes it 60-plus yards, and just like that, the Fighting Irish are back in this game. They're an extra point away from making it a 3-point game. What a play from Bancaro. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. With 9:42 to play in the third quarter, O'Day comes out and gets a monster touchdown. It didn't look like they had momentum, but momentum can quickly change under the Friday night lights, and that's what happens tonight as Bancaro breaks free for 60-plus yards. And that is getting the O'Day student section up over there on the visiting side. They're starting to feel it. Student body, they are in. Excited to be back. Look at the packed house. O'Day showing up tonight on the road. Not an easy drive from Seattle all the way to Art Crate Field, but they have filled the bleachers tonight. The GK student section always brings it. The GK Boom Squad, one of the best in the state. 9:42 to play. Chris Egan coming to you live on King 5 Plus home of the big game. Brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. The big game sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. 20-10 your score here. 9:42 to play. 20-10 at the half. O'Day having trouble moving the ball. They go for it on 4th and 1. Monty Kohler, his team barely gets the first down, and then Banchero breaks free for the big play of the night. And just like that, O'Day is back in this ball game. And here comes GK. They had a couple great kickoff returns in the first half. I think the special teams unit for O'Day had a talk at halftime and said, no more. And they brought the heat on that one. Art Crate Field, located in Spanaway, beautiful Spanaway. Actually on the campus of Bethel High School, Graham-Kapowsin High School, just a couple miles away. Helmets are flying, bodies are moving, and AJ picks up a few yards. So if you like high school football, these two teams, you're hearing some names tonight, and don't be surprised if you hear these names a couple years down the road playing college football somewhere. Both of these schools have produced a lot, and I mean a lot, of college athletes. I was talking with Coach Jeff Logan earlier tonight. He says he usually likes to send a text out to all of his former Eagles athletes, the ones that are all playing college football, and he said the text had grew to like 30 guys. So 30 plus Eagles out there playing college football. Flag on the play. That's going to be on the Eagles. It's going to bring the ball back a little bit. End of the half. The Eagles had the momentum. Things changing just a little bit here in the third quarter. Jeff Logan, head coach for the Eagles, shouting some words to the officials. I don't know if he's happy with that call. What a job he's done, though, taking over this program. Eric Curley led GK to their first state title ever. The former quarterback for the Puyallup Vikings, PLU Lutz, one of the great high school coaches, retired after that state championship team. Helps out some high schools in Chelan now. And here comes GK on the attack. And how about Blake Pearson? Just keeps running. Following his big blockers right up the middle. Another great run from Blake. He's having a good night. He is really having a nice night for the Eagles.
2nd and 9. Eagles.
Nice pickup there after the penalty for GK. 9:02 on the clock. They lead O'Day 20-17. It's September, and I'm going to tell you now, come November when the state playoffs are underway, these two teams will still be playing. Mark my words on that. All right, 2nd down and 9, fake pitch. There's the throw, and there's the playmaker, Case Betts. Betts, he's to the 30, to the 20. Case Betts just continues to make big play after big play for the GK Eagles. He had a spectacular touchdown grab in the second quarter. I thought he was going to break free for his second touchdown of the night. This guy does it on defense. He does it on offense. He's a captain. He was first team as a sophomore last year, Case Betts, and he just is making big plays after big plays. And here we go. I mentioned that momentum switching a little bit to O'Day. Well, mojo now switching back to Big Blue and the GK Eagles after that big pickup right there. 1st down and 10. Case goes to the sidelines. Going to get a little breather after that big play.
GK. First down.
A.J. Tui Vayave looking to his sidelines. .8:34 to play. Coming to you from Art Crate Field, home of the GK Eagles and also Bethel High School as well. All right, first down and 10. And going to the corner of the end zone again. Oh, mama! He almost had Jace Hollis for another touchdown. Looked like almost the same exact route they went to Case Betts on in the second quarter. He was looking for Jace on that one. Jace could not hold on. That's going to bring up second down and 10 for the Eagles. And you want to know why these programs are so good. Obviously, they have great youth programs. They have great coaching staffs. But how about this first week? Now, we're going to go play against – let's find the best team we can play against, and this is just a showdown tonight. What a fun game bringing it here on King 5 Plus tonight. All right. We got a little movement up there. O'Day thinks that's going to be on GK, and it will be on GK. A delay of game on the Eagles. AJ looks a little frustrated after that one. Colton Brown checking out of the game. Checking back in, Jace Hollis for the Eagles. All right, the O'Day defense needs to step up. Let's see if they can do that right here. They would hate to give up a touchdown. And going to the handoff as Blake Pearson gets it. Nice run, shakes one tackle, shakes a second tackle. Blake Pearson! I'm not going down tonight. What a run from Blake, shaking 3 tackles, taken out on the 1 yard line. And that is just smash mouth football. These are 2 heavyweights just laying haymakers at each other all night long. Week 1. And the GK crowd getting on their feet here. You can feel it. Good energy. 7:58 to play, third quarter. AJ. We got a keeper. And that's AJ on the keeper. Lost his helmet, kept the football. And that is a touchdown. His second of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a sophomore. He looks like a super senior the way he plays, but A.J. Will and his team down the field had a big play with Case Betts. Blake Pearson with a huge run. And then they get the ball to the quarterback, said, hey, it's in your hands. Do what you do. And he rumbled in there. Lost his helmet, but kept the football and got the touchdown. It is a touchdown. A.J. talking with his coaches.
The touchdown is good.
Touchdown is good. Penalty after the play. 26-17 your current score. GK will now line up for the extra point. And that's what you do if you're a good football team. You answer back. O'Day opened the third quarter with a big touchdown from Leo Bancaro. They made it a 3-point game. Jeff Logan and the Eagles answer right back. And it looks like GK is going to go for 2 now. I'm not a math major, but Coach Logan Wants to get 2 on the board right here. Yeah, you definitely want to get to 28. We'll see what we do here. Not we, what they. GK, AJ under center. Fakes the handoff, throws. Oh! Had his man smelling the end zone, but just dropped it. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So with 7:43 to go in the third quarter, GK leads it 26-17. All right, with 7:43 to play in the third quarter, Graham-Kapowsin Eagles 26, O'Day Fighting Irish 17. Coming to you from Art Cratefield. Just a stone's throw away from Ohop Lake. Northwest Trek. Just some beautiful areas around here. Mount Rainier, beautiful Eatonville, not too far away. I fished Ohop Lake when I was 8 years old. Kellen, don't even try to get a shot at Ohop Lake. It's too far away. Great little trout pond. But beautiful area, beautiful country. 2 high schools. Actually, there's 3 big high schools out here. You got GK, you got Bethel, and you got Spanaway Lake High School. Go down the road. The Eatonville Cruisers, one of the top, just done a great job out there. Eatonville with all their sports teams as well. O'Day making the trip from downtown Seattle to Art Cratefield. Not an easy place to get to, especially when the Washington State Fair is going on. 26-17 is your score. GK with the lead. And once again, if you're just joining us, the O'Day Fighting Irish, their starting quarterback, Hutton Leverett, left in the first quarter. We'll need to get some more information, but we believe it was an injury of some sort. Todd Millis, who joined us, says he saw him up on the getting worked on a little bit. Didn't think it was too serious. So freshman quarterback for O'Day, Elias Moimoy, taking over the duties. A freshman. What a spot to put himself into. But this is a freshman that these Graham-Kapowsin Eagles know very well. He played on the Little Eagles team. He was set to come to Graham-Kapowsin, but when you've got a quarterback by the name of AJ Tuivasa-Ave, it's a good chance you're probably not going to play a whole lot. And so Elias made the transfer to O'Day. Hutton Leverett, a very good quarterback, a senior. Probably didn't expect to play tonight, but left the game in the first quarter, and the freshman has taken over. Pitch out there to Uriah Stringfield. Picks up a couple yards. We'll see if O'Day. They came out, opened the third quarter with a touchdown. Bancaro, 60-plus yards. But it's going to be a third down and about 4 yards for the Irish. This GK defense, they haven't made a whole lot of mistakes tonight. Bancaro just made a heck of a play to get that touchdown in the third quarter. Rolling out, the freshman throwing, and that's probably going to be some. And no flag. Everybody at O'Day wants it, and they're not going to get it. And there's no flag on the play, so that is going to bring up fourth down, and more than likely the punting unit will come out for Monty Kohler and the O'Day Irish. Big defensive stop right there for GK. Secondary coming through for the Eagles. And nobody back for GK. They're just going to let this one. It's going to take a little O'Day hop. And they're going to touch it down around the 29-yard line. So good defensive stop for the Eagles. After the touchdown run from AJ, which made it 26-17, they missed the two-point conversion. They had their guy wide open, but just couldn't convert. Built themselves a nice 9-point lead, and now they got the ball back, and it will be interesting to see what Coach Logan does here if he tries to eat away a little clock. And he's been running quite a bit with Blake Pearson tonight, and Blake has done a phenomenal job in the backfield tonight for the Eagles. Been a tough man to bring down. And they're going to go to the air, and he's going deep. And double coverage right there. Not much happening there. Keanu Corpus, the youngster, made a big play earlier in the day. Double teamed right there. Had no chance at that one. These Eagles, man, they are loaded at the wide receiver position. A lot of talent and a lot of young talent. They are going to be a very dangerous team for the next few years, including this season. All right. Second down and 10, 6:08 to play, third quarter. AJ bobbles it a little bit, rolls out, fires deep, nobody there. Just threw it away. Colton Brown about the only one near that ball, but I think AJ just had to get rid of it.
Bring up 3rd and 10 for GK.
Third down and 10 for the Eagles. The Irish defense needed a big stop here. And they are one play away from getting the ball back. Third down and 10. Trips to the left for the Eagles. AJ finds Jace Hollis. Hollis has the first down and some change. And a flag comes down. We got a little pushing and shoving. Little talking. Coach is doing a great job. Give kudos to the GK coaching staff right there that said, Jace, come on over. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. That's going to be probably a flag on O'Day. A little too much touching once the play was dead. Great play call from GK. They had trips to the left. Jace was solo on the right. Went with Jace. He got the first down and some change. Got to the sideline. His helmet flew off. Officials are talking about it. His crew's doing a great job tonight. Sometimes in these first games, you don't get a great effort for them. This crew has been on fire tonight. They're doing a really good job talking things through. All right, let's see what we get from the official here. All right, it's going to go against. It's going to be a first down. Offsetting penalties there. Offsetting penalties. Penalties on both teams. But once again, give credit. GK coaches got Jace out of there. O'Day players got their guy out of there. What could have been some smash talking, smash mouth football on the sidelines did not last long. In fact, coaches are still on the sidelines for GK, chatting it up with Jace like, come on. You got the first down. All right, 5:49 to play, third quarter. GK leads it 26-17. You're watching the big game live on King 5 Plus. Uh-oh, fumble. A.J. lost it. Ball is loose. O'Day can't get it, and somehow it bounces to GK. Like a pinball bouncing around, and finally it goes to GK. I don't know how O'Day didn't get that football. Luck on the side of the Eagles on that play right there. That could have been a costly turnover. A.J. just didn't handle the snap very well. Lost it. Ball took a couple bounces, hit some O'Day players. Finally landed into the hands of number 4, Colton Brown, for the GK Eagles. For you history buffs out there, King 5 TV, it's been around a long time. The very first program that actually aired on King 5 TV was a high school football game. A high school football game started things out for King 5 TV, which has just become a powerhouse in the Pacific Northwest. The home team doing so much for the community, the newscast, the great crews that have worked at King 5 over the years. But the very first broadcast ever was a high school football game, and how about this? We are back. High school football is back and bigger and better than ever. That's Case Betts with the catch. And I don't play fantasy high school football, but if I did, I'd probably pick up number 11, Case Betts. And I don't know if anybody plays fantasy high school football, but number 11 wouldn't be a bad pickup. He's made some nice plays tonight for the Eagles. All right, 5:13 to go. GK wearing their all blues tonight. The O'Day defense, they've been out there quite a spell here in the second half. GK trying to be the ones to wear down the opponents. And A.J. lets it fly, and there are going to be some flags on the field. Couple flags coming down. Yep, that's pass interference. Colton Brown was the intended receiver. Looks like the Irish defenseman got his hands on him a little too soon, pulled him down. No doubt about that one. Flags are coming in, and that's going to be a first down for the Eagles. And here they come again, back into scoring position. Jeff Logan just called all the right calls here in the second half. Spotted something, liked something. A.J. saw it. Colton Brown one-on-one. And that will be a first down for the Eagles. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing number 12, Blake Pearson, getting a little ball, getting the rock right here. We haven't seen Blake for a few plays. We'll wear down some clock, wear down the line, and there, a little fake pitch to Pearson. A.J. keeps it. A.J.'s got some room, shakes and bakes, goes down, picks up 6 to 7 yards, and this kid, once again, just does not play like a sophomore at all. At all. Last year, huge game, Curtis High School. Place was packed to the rafters, probably sold out. And he was a freshman last year and did not play like it against some very good Curtis Vikings. And he's doing it again tonight, coming out his sophomore season and looking very good. 2nd and 3, 4:26 to go, third quarter. Big game. A.J. going to the corner of the end zone, and touchdown, Eagles! Jace Hollis with the touchdown. And here's where you must be concerned if you are a head coach in the SPSL and you're going to face the GK Eagles. They have a lot of weapons. A.J. has so many weapons he can go to. He can run it himself, but we have seen it tonight. Case Betts, Colton Brown, Jace Hollis, all three of them playmakers, and all three of them have had big plays tonight. And was it coming back? And apparently that came back. We missed the flag. A lot of people on the sidelines not even sure what happened. but no touchdown there. But AJ's going back to work, and he's got a target again. And that's Jace Hollis again. We didn't actually get a call from the booth on that one. Apparently our sideline aficionado, Aiden, is telling me out of bounds on that play. So that was no touchdown to Jace. My apologies to all of you watching on the King 5 Plus streaming app, brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. Ball on the 11-yard line. First down for the GK Eagles. AJ rolls out. AJ looks. And that is broken up right there. Nice little play on defense from O'Day. Rafton Clark III breaks up the pass right there. Second down and 10. 3:43 to go. 26-17. If you're just joining us, it was 20-10 at the half. Leo Bancaro, 60-plus yard touchdown, which made it a 20-17 game. GK went down the field. AJ Tuivai Ave rumbled in for the touchdown to make it 26-17.
Timeout.
And that is going to be a timeout for GK, their first of the second half. Once again, your score from Art Crate Field, 26-17. Timeout, Eagles. All right, welcome back, everybody. Third quarter, King 5 big game. The O'Day Fighting Irish. Monty Kohler trying to get a historic win. GK trying to make him wait another week. They lead at 26-17. Second down and 10. AJ fakes the handoff to Blake. AJ throws in the end zone. Touchdown, GK. Quincy Rattray. We've been talking about this young man all night long. 6'2", big old target. And that one will stand. That one is a touchdown. And you know what I think Quincy did? I think Quincy may have been listening to the streaming broadcast, because I was mentioning GK and all these weapons, Case Betts, Jace Hollis, Colton Brown, and Quincy's like, hey, Chris Egan, you didn't say my name. You didn't say my name. Well, Quincy said, you're going to say my name, and Quincy Rattray comes through with a touchdown for the Eagles, who now take a 32-17 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, this O'Day team is very good. Very good. They're the defending 3A state champs. The GK Eagles are flexing their muscle tonight and saying, hey, everybody in the 4A, you better look at us. You better look at us. And how about that, a two-point conversion? And Coach Logan is just doing it all tonight. What a play call. They get the two-point conversion, and the Eagles extend their lead. What a night for this Graham-Kapowsin team. Looking very good. They lead it 34-17 now with 3:29 to go in the third quarter. And if you're O'Day, who loves to run the rock, they have a freshman in at quarterback. They've got a very steep hill to climb if they want to get back into this ball game. But nobody's battled back in more games than Monty Kohler. One win away from becoming the all-time winningest coach in state history. just one win away. But GK says it may not be tonight. 34-17 your score with 3:29 to play here at Art Crate Field. We'll see what O'Day does. We'll see what Monty's got up his sleeves as the Irish try to battle back into this game. They will need to score on this next drive, though, to get back into it. But what a drive from the Eagles. Quincy Rattray with the touchdown. AJ scrambling for his life, getting some big plays from Colton Brown, Case Betts, Jace Hollis. And there's the O'Day staff keeping their team calm and cool, talking it over. It's games like this that just make you better when you get into October, November, when the season's on the line. What an invaluable playing experience tonight for that freshman quarterback. Elias Momo with the handoff. And there are about 6 Eagles on the stop right there. Big old number 36, Nidus Nomura. He has been pretty good on the line tonight. Freshman dropping back, wants to go to the air, and that's what he'll do. Almost picked off. Quincy Rattray is having a day. Quincy doing it on offense, doing it on defense, bats that down, which is going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for O'Day. Tough to get over those 6'2" arms of Quincy. 3rd down and 7. The big game coming to you live on the King 5 Plus streaming app. I'd say download it, but if you're watching, you already have. 3rd down 7. They need a play. And in and out of the hands of David Schwartzel. David Schwartzel, one of the leaders of this O'Day team. And the GK Boom Squad bringing us the old Butterfingers chant. Doesn't seem to be bothering David Schwartzel. He's got a state championship ring, and he has been a big part of that O'Day success. And I have a good feeling that David will be making plenty of catches throughout this season. 2:41 to go. O'Day bringing out their punting unit. Big stop there for the Eagles. And that penalty is going to be on O'Day. O'Day punting here. It looked like they were grabbing a little momentum back. They start the 3rd quarter by getting a 1st down on a big 4th and 1 play. It was a play that the GK crowd was questioning whether they got the 1st down. Then they go to Leo Bancaro, takes it 60-plus yards to make it a 3-point game. It was 20-17. It looked like the momentum was back with the Irish. But then GK answered back with a huge touchdown drive. AJ diving in, getting the TD, lost his helmet, didn't lose the ball. And then GK gets it back. Defense does their job. Quincy Rattray with a great touchdown catch for the Eagles. And that's where we're at right now, 34-17. We have still not seen Hutton Leverett, quarterback for O'Day. Went out in that first quarter, and we're sending him good thoughts. Hopefully it's something minor. This is an O'Day team. They're not going to have their heads down for long, and we still got a full quarter of football to go, and I know Monty Kohler's going to find a way to get this team back in the momentum on their side. This team, though, one of the most disciplined teams in the state of Washington year after year after year. Won the state title last year, knocked off the Bellevue Wolverines, got by Eastside Catholic. Monty Kohler, one win away. Doesn't want to be about him. Wants it to be about the boys. That's the way he coaches. First-class program, the O'Day Fighting Irish. All right, the referees sorting some things out on the field. 2:30 to go. Programming alert for you. Don't forget, coming up Sunday, after Sunday Night Football on King 5 TV, it will be the fifth quarter. Paul Sylvie, Walter Jones, the Hall of Famer, will break down the Seahawks game. Yours truly, I'll have the Seahawks highlights against the 49ers. That's Sunday night, King 5 after Sunday Night Football. The fifth quarter. It's been going on for nearly 2 decades. Paul Sylvie does a great job hosting that show. Hall of Famer Walter Jones, Steve Rabel will be on that show. That's Sunday once again. San Francisco 49ers come to town for the Seahawks' first game of the season. Coming up tonight, Ariel Orsuto will have all the King 5 highlights at 10:45 on Kong and 11:25 on King 5. Highlights from around the state, including the big game. And I have, just going to be honest, have absolutely no idea what they're working on right now. So sometimes honesty is the best thing to do. And they are like measuring this thing out. And I think we finally got it figured out what's going on. The crew's done a heck of a job. I'm going to blame the play-by-play announcer for not knowing what was going on there. It was a 15-yard penalty against GK, and we finally sorted out where the ball needs to be. All right, there's the handoff. Blake Pearson gets it, and I have a feeling GK is going to run the ball a little bit and take a little time off the clock here. But every time I say that, AJ goes to the air. What a perfect night. Perfect night for football. Art Crate Field has hosted some great games over the years, and tonight has just been an incredible crowd for week one. Temperatures at kickoff, 79 degrees. Beautiful night. Moon was shining bright earlier tonight. AJ scrambling, looking. Throws deep, and he's got a man wide open, and oh, mama! Keanu Corpus. Just another one of these young receivers that just finds a way. AJ scrambles. He has time. His wide receivers have to improvise. And Keanu Corpus. Just another big play for these Eagles. And we've been talking about AJ, the super sophomore. Keanu is just a freshman. Just a freshman. Just a ninth grader. He may not even have his driver's permit at this point, but he's making big plays on the big game. AJ lets it fly. He's got a man. Oh, in and out of the hands of Case Betts. And you don't see that a lot. He does not drop a lot of balls, but oh my. This is a play-making team. So many weapons out there. I'd actually advise that anybody that's a safety or a defensive back for another team in SPSL to maybe stop watching, because it may make you too nervous to try to, how are we going to stop this team? I don't know how you do it. They have got a lot of weapons, and AJ is finding them tonight. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors. They only have 10 seniors on this GK squad. 2nd down and 10. Another big play, another first down. And that is Josiah White, sophomore, 6'2", 185 pounds. We haven't called that name a lot tonight, but Coach Logan says, hey, Egan, let me just throw one more weapon out there for you. Let me just throw one more weapon out there. That's what he's doing. 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 34-17. And Blake Pearson gets the handoff. I don't even know how he possibly got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. This kid is tough to bring down. And that could be the end of the third quarter. We'll see if GK decides to run the clock out. I think they will. Blake wants some water. They're coming to the sidelines. And that is the end of the third quarter. At the end of the third, Graham-Kapowsin Eagles lead it 34-17. We'll be right back for the final quarter. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Art Crate Field. Chris Egan coming to you live on King 5 Plus, 34-17. GK Eagles putting on a show. This is against an O'Day team that is one of the best in the state. So GK flexing their muscles, 11:53 to go. 3rd down and 13. AJ looking to the air. That ball is batted down, and that's been one of the few passes batted down tonight. That will bring up 4th down and 13 for the Eagles. And looks like Coach is going to bring in the kicking crew, see if they can get themselves a field goal. And if GK can showcase that they've got a good kicking crew, then oh my goodness, this team has all the weapons. That's Matthew Vollmer, I believe, kicking for the Eagles.
False start, GK.
False start, GK. Gonna make this a little tougher for Matthew. Matthew Vollmer, 5'10", 155 pounds. And I think that may knock it out of field goal range. Yeah, Jeff Logan says, nah, we're not going to try that anymore. So back comes the offense. 4th down and 13. They're going to go for it now. See if they can make something happen. They've been making something happen pretty much every time they've had the ball tonight. 11:50 to go. AJ hands it off. Big old Blake Pearson. Tries to break one tackle. Yeah, it's going to take about 3 Irish to bring him down, and they do bring him down. O'Day with a nice stop there. Hey, there is still time. 34-17. If anybody can get their team back into a game, Monty Kohler knows how to do it. Now, he's got a little uphill battle. He's got a freshman quarterback in there tonight. Hutton Leverett went out in the first quarter, has not returned, and there he is right there, the legend, Monty Kohler. Currently tied with the great Sid Otten for most wins in state history. Started coaching the Fighting Irish back in 1985. He's led his team to so many victories, several state championships, 25 Metro championships, 34 state tournament appearances. Will he be able to get the big victory tonight that moves him by himself as the winningest coach? If so, his team has some work ahead of him. Down 34-17, 11:18 to go. Handoff, just a couple yards to be had. And Monty is going to his bag of tricks. Jay Sean Wilson got several carries tonight, the sophomore. With the carry there, picks up just a couple yards. Elias Moy at quarterback, the freshman for O'Day. Drops back, looking to the air, scrambles. Good little play right here. Tries to shake a tackle, shakes that tackle. He's to the 50, he's to the 40, he's to the 35, and what a great play there by the freshman. I have a feeling he's done that before on this field. Played for the Little Eagles program. Slated to go to GK. But now is leading the Irish tonight. Just a 9th grader. Taking over as the quarterback tonight. Great run right there. Little highlight film for number 3, the freshman quarterback. Clark comes into the game. Gives some words, some advice to the freshman. Max Speller lining up behind him. Handoff. And that's going to be a few more yards. Jay Sean Wilson, another nice carry. This is what O'Day loves to do. The question is there enough time on the clock for him? Can they do this and come back into this game? It's going to be difficult as the clock winds down. Just over 10 minutes to play. The Eagles lead it 34-17. Going up to the air. And that's Bancaro with the catch. His first catch since that 60-plus yard touchdown that he had to start the third quarter. But he is dangerous. He is hard to bring down, and the Eagles found that out firsthand there at the start of the third quarter as he went down the sidelines and made it a 3-point game. First down at 10. Handoff to big old Max, and he is in there for the touchdown, Irish. Max Speller. Big touchdown run right there. Bancaro had the play before that. Speller does what he can do, rumbles in for the touchdown. And hang on, says Monty Kohler. We're not done yet. Your score now 34-23. O'Day's going to get the extra point and try to make this just a 10-point game, 2-possession game. Nice little run there from Speller. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 9:23 to play here at Art Crate Field. GK Eagles 34, O'Day 24. Well, welcome to Big Game Football. It is back and coming to you bigger and better than ever. King 5 TV, dedicated to your communities, dedicated to your high schools. The only station covering high school sports, which is the heart of every city, every community, the high schools. You got to give these kids some love. King 5 says we will do that. We will talk about the positive things going on in our communities. And that's why we are bringing you high school football. And this year, I mentioned bigger and better than ever. We're bringing you the entire game. We're streaming it to you on King 5 Plus. And a big, big shout out to Phillips Law Firm. The big game sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. Helping us bring nights like this together. GK with the lead, 34-24, 9:17 to play. I mentioned the big game, bigger and better than ever. We have the streaming on King 5 Plus. We also do pregame at 5:45 on King 5 TV. We'll do it again in the 6:30 news where we get the cheerleaders, the bands on there. Tonight at 10:45 on Kong, we'll have a little post-game of what happened tonight. We look back at the big game. We'll have that again at 11:25. Ariel Arsudo will bring you highlights from other games across the state. And there's a flag, and that could be going against O'Day for a late hit. We'll see. Looked like a great play, but then a little extra after. We'll see what the referees come up with here. Some talking. Head official giving a warning to the O'Day side. And it looks like no flags. There was a flag. They pulled it off the field. 2nd down and 10. Just a warning. Just a warning to the O'Day sidelines. No penalty on the play. 2nd down, GK. AJ looking. AJ scrambling. AJ throwing. Nothing there. Case Betts out of bounds when he made the catch. Double teamed. AJ Tuivasa-Ave, though, just keeps plays going with his feet, with his decision making. Pretty impressive what we're seeing from this sophomore quarterback. But now the O'Day student section on their feet. The O'Day players are starting to get fired up. They know they get a big stop here. They get a touchdown. Anything can happen, right? It's only a 2-possession game with 9 minutes to play. O'Day's the defending state champ for a reason. They know how to play in big games. AJ looking. He's throwing deep. Looking for Case Betts. Oh! Case Betts changed his route at the last second. Made a quick shoulder move to break free. pass just overthrew him a little bit. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and hang on. Here comes O'Day. It looked like GK was going to pull away, but mighty Monty Kohler, with a freshman quarterback, has found a way to make this a ball game. It's only a 10-point game. 8:58 to go. 9:30 in Spanaway. This could be a late one tonight. It's probably 9:30 in Seattle. I don't think Spanaway and Seattle at a different time. There's the punt, and a late. He's going to field it. And a big hit on the sidelines there. And GK trying to make a statement, but the team making the statement right now is O'Day, who's all of a sudden back into this ball game. Nobody is left, Art Crate. Standing room only on the GK side. All right, 8:47 to play. And up the middle for a big pickup right there, Uriah Stringfield. Picking up where he left off during the state tournament last year. Stringfield stringing together a nice run right there. First down for the Irish. And there's a, looking at the parent section of GK, a little bit of worry. The hands are now up on the little concern because it looks like O'Day is starting to get a little momentum here. Let's see if this GK defense can come up with a big stop. Elias Moimoy pitches to Stringfield. Stringfield needs 2 GK tacklers to bring him down, and he is running with a little extra energy right now. Stringfield with his neon fluorescent gloves. You can't miss him down there. He is running hard tonight. And I don't know what Monty Kohler told his boys on the sidelines, but they have turned it up a notch. And here comes the Fighting Irish. Ball in the 31. Handoff goes to number 9. That's Owen Bruskern. Owen Bruskern, the junior, getting the ball right there. That's what Monty will do. He'll throw a lot of running backs at you. We've seen 4 or 5 running backs tonight for O'Day. Second down and 5. Handoff. Stringfield. Stringfield is down on the, looks like he's down around the 14-yard line. 14-yard line, and Stringfield just continues to string together some nice runs for the Irish. And the offensive line is paving the way. Cyrus Baddington, Tavita Nonu, Griffin Matson, Kyler Harden, paving the way right now. First down and 10, 6:52 on the clock. And they're going to run it again with Stringfield. Stringfield shakes a tackle, touchdown, Stringfield! Touchdown! And hang on, here comes the Irish. They are an extra point away from making this a 3-point game with 6:42 to go. And they have erupted on the O'Day side, and there is a hush on the GK side right now because O'Day has found a way to get back into this ball game. Monty Kohler, the magician, been coaching that Irish team since 1985. There he is right there. One of the all-time greats. Monty Kohler, 1 win away. 1 win away from becoming the all-time winningest coach in state history all by himself. Right now he's tied with the great Sid Otten, the Tumwater T-Bird legend. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Monty likes that. Monty likes what he's seen from his team here in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, hang on. The big game has just got very, very interesting tonight. 34-31. What a game. And you're watching it live on King 5 Plus. And there we go, the student section for the O'Day Fighting Irish. Give those kids some credit making the journey tonight. Not an easy drive. Trust me, I've been taking it for 25 years. You got to go down I-5, down 167, battle traffic through Sumner. Then you got to get up through Meridian. You got to get out to Art Crate Field. Not an easy place to get to, but they made the trek tonight, and loving that energy tonight. GK Boom Squad's bringing it. The O'Day Irish are bringing it tonight. What a fun night. Fun night to be a high school kid. High school football underway. Game started last night. Majority of the games taking place tonight. Big shout out to the Graham-Kapowsin band. They've been bringing it all night long. They have sounded very good. They're off to the left of me. Tropical night tonight. It's tropical night. Felt like that earlier today. Game started at kickoff, 79 degrees. Cooled down a little bit here. The game is not cooled down. Game is heating up. 6:42 to go. Kick is up. And let's see how GK answers the call here. And O'Day did some work at halftime. O'Day did some work at halftime, at least their special teams unit did, because they were having troubles covering kickoffs in that first half. GK had a couple great returns, but there has not been a lot of room to run in the second half. All right, let's see what happens here. Jeff Logan, head coach of GK. His team has a 3-point lead.
From their own 25-yard line.
Ball on the 25. 6:36 to go. AJ Tuivai-Ave has been sensational all night long. Can he lead his team one more time to seal the deal? AJ going up, going deep, looking. Oh, in and out of the hands. In and out of the hands. Messiah Roberson almost had himself a 75-yard touchdown. Roberson has some speed, broke free. Pass was right there on the fingertips, couldn't haul it in. O'Day likes that. No time really off the clock. 2nd down and 10. AJ Tuivai-Ave fakes the handoff, and he is going down. Siole Siale was right there. He was not fooled by anyone. Big old number 58 with a big-time tackle for the Irish. And I don't know what's kicked into this O'Day team, but they did not look very happy in the third quarter, and they have turned it up a notch here in the fourth.
3rd down, GK.
3rd down and 15. And the big game living up to the hype, and then some tonight. 34-31. Eagles. AJ takes the snap, fakes the pitch, throws it, and all over it was O'Day. That's incomplete. Ball hit the ground. But another great defensive play. Siale. 2 great defensive plays for O'Day. So that will force GK to bring out the punting unit.
4th down,
They still have the lead, 34-31. The GK defense didn't get a whole lot of time there to rest. They're going to be back on the field very quickly here. Need a good punt right here. Can't help the cause and give O'Day good field position. Decent punt, good roll, and they're going to get a GK bolt roll here. Going to roll all the way down to about the 38-yard line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the big game. Here we go. 5:29 to play. The defending state champs from O'Day, down 3. The GK Eagles, one of the top teams in the 4A ranks, up 34-31. O'Day's found a little momentum here. Running the rock and running it well. Uriah Stringfield had a great series. Max Speller had the big touchdown. Leo Bancaro had a big catch. And the freshman quarterback with the handoff. It's Stringfield again in his neon fluorescent gloves. Gets a couple yards, not much. The clock ticking. O'Day has all of their timeouts. They have 3. GK 2 timeouts remaining. Bancaro going out to the left side. Moy under center. He's going to go to the air looking for Bancaro. He's got Bancaro. Bancaro shakes one tackle, can't shake a second tackle. Picks up a few yards. That's going to bring up probably a 3rd down and 3. Another great catch from Bancaro. Big brother Paulo on hand tonight to watch this game. Doesn't get to see his brother play a whole lot of games, but he's here tonight. He helped O'Day win a state title, not only in basketball, also in football. Big brother was a quarterback. 3rd down and 2. This is a big one for O'Day. Handoff Stringfield, and he is stuffed. Big time defensive play there, and a name we've been calling all night long, Quincy Rattray. Having a day. Big tackle right there. Now it's decision time, everyone. 4th down and 2. 3:53 to go. Monty Kohler and history on the line right here. And they will go for it. And you got to have a feeling that it's going to go to Stringfield. 4th down and 2. Oh, and GK jumped. And they will get the 1st down. Penalty on the Eagles. And the Eagles have been so disciplined all night long. They have not made a lot of mistakes.
1st down.
Moy now over with the coaches. 1st down, new set of downs, and that was huge. That was huge. And here comes the freshman quarterback, trying to bring his coach a little piece of history. He would become the all-time winningest coach in state history with a victory. 34-31, GK has the lead. Handoff, Stringfield takes it, and he's brought down by Frederick Parks. Frederick Parks with the tackle. Owen Bruskern also in, helping out. 2:51 to go, ladies and gentlemen. Glad you're joining us. Thank you, Phillips Law Firm. Thank you to everybody with King 5 TV. What a crew we've got here tonight. As Monty Kohler looks on with 2:38 to go, calm and cool. He's been here before. GK with the lead. Clock is ticking. Moy. Handoff, pitch, Stringfield gets the carry up the left side. He's to the 30. He's down to the 26-yard line. And Uriah Stringfield has run absolutely amazing in this 4th quarter. Following his big old blockers, he has done a great job. 2nd down. Up the middle, and that is going to be a touchdown. Elias Moy kept it himself, the freshman quarterback. And my apologies if we're not pronouncing his name right. He's just a freshman, but I'll tell you what, when the game's done, I'm going to go find this young man and make sure we will be saying it right the rest of the way. But what a story this has been. This young man, the backup quarterback, asked to take over after Hutton Leverett left. He's somebody that grew up watching GK football. He was in the Little Eagles program. He transfers to O'Dea, and now he has just led O'Dea to a 38-34 lead. But there's 2 minutes on the clock. And as I've been talking all night long, the GK Eagles have one of the most explosive offenses in the state. .202 to go. And if you're joining us on King 5 Plus, you are getting a dandy tonight. No room at the end here at Art Crate Field, so hopefully you're home in your comfy living room, in your sofa, rocking chair, wherever you may be across the great state of Washington, across wherever. Heck, we got relatives watching this game from all over the United States of America tonight, watching it on King 5 Plus, and they're getting a dandy. Did I mention it's for free, too? You don't have to pay. You don't have to go on those fancy apps. You don't have to give them your credit card. You just download the app. It's free. King 5 Plus. Thank you, Phillips Law Firm, for help us bring this to you. 38-34. What a game it's been tonight. What a comeback. It looked like O'Dea was down. They were out, but somehow they have bounced back to take the lead. 2 minutes to go. Let's see if GK can answer. All right, setting the scene for you. 2:02 to go. O'Dea leads it 38-34. AJ looking, throwing deep, looking, and no flags. I'll bring up second down. Second down for GK. The big game sponsored by Phillips Law Firm, unleashing justice for you. 156, the GK students on their feet, chanting, "Let's go Eagles." The band is on their feet. The O'Dea students are on their feet. Nobody has left Art Crate Field tonight. It is going to be fun trying to get out of here tonight. This place is packed. Week 1 heavyweight battle. AJ looking, shaking, throwing. He's got a man wide open. Case Betts. Did he get his feet in? His feet are in. What a play from Case Betts, the ballerina. Oh, my. First teams as a sophomore, playing like a first teamer in the first game of the season. Case Betts tight ropes it to keep his feet in bounds. And Case Betts says, "Don't take me out of the game." First down for the Eagles. And an O'Dea player down, limping off the field. .147 to play. O'Dea leads it 38-34. GK with the ball. First down and 10. The boom squad is up. The parents are up. The band is up. Everybody up on their feet here from Art Crate Field. AJ looking, trying to shake a tackle. He's going to keep it himself. Picks up about 6 yards on the play. AJ Tuivai Ave. Great little keeper right there. GK has 2 timeouts remaining. O'Dea has all 3 of their timeouts. What a night for football here. Oh, my. It's just perfect. King 5 TV, first ever TV broadcast was a high school football game. We've decided to start streaming games this year, the big game, and we're getting a dandy in week number 1. 1:17 to play. GK using their second to last timeout to talk things over. And here's what's tough when it comes to GK. When you look at this game, you've got touchdowns to Case Betts. You've got touchdowns to Jace Hollis. You've got touchdowns to Quincy Rattray. Keanu Corpus has made some big plays. Roberson has had a couple big plays. AJ Tuivasa-Ave, a couple touchdowns himself. So they have a lot of different weapons. But this O'Day defense has stepped up their game here in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, with history on the line. They have come together as one for their head coach, Monty Kohler, in what could be an historic way to pick up that big victory tonight. 1:17 to go. Here we go. AJ takes a snap, looking back. The rush is on. He's got his man, but play has been stopped. Timeout. O'Day. A timeout was called apparently before the snap by O'Day. Nobody seems to be arguing it, so snap must have happened just after the whistle there. O'Day defense wants to talk things over. Big old 21, David Schwartzel. Just played a great game tonight. Gets a high five right there from Peyton Egan. Peyton Egan rushing the ball, playing defense. Frederick Parks, Owen Bruskern. A lot of guys doing a lot of things on this O'Day team, playing offense and defense. All right, 1:17 to go, second down and 4. O'Day has 2 timeouts remaining. GK 1 timeout remaining. AJ takes a snap. He's looking. He's got Case Betts, first down. And when in doubt, Case Betts seems to have an answer. Number 5 to number 11. Number 5 to number 11. We've seen that quite a bit tonight. Ball is on the 43-yard line. 43-yard line, I'd say. 43 and a little change. 1:13 to go. AJ looks over. O'Day bringing the heat. AJ steps up, throws, got his man. Catch is made. Jace Hollis comes through with a first down. Ball now on the 28-yard line. We are getting a dandy tonight. What a game this has been. 2 heavyweights. Nobody wants this fight to end. The battle, it's going all the way to the finish line. 58 seconds and counting. 38-34, O'Day has the lead. AJ looking, scrambling, throwing. And he's got his man, number 9. He's free, shaking, bacon. Is he in? He's down on the 1. Down on the 1. Down on the 1. Gavin Deaton with his first catch of the night, and it is the biggest catch of the night. But hang on. There's some flags on the field. Or was that Roberson with the catch? We lost some numbers there. There's some flags. There's some conversations. The officials now asking the GK coaches to get off the sidelines. They gave a warning to O'Day earlier. Now he wants GK to get off the field. Keeping control of this game. But here's the deal. Play stands. And they are keeping it on the 1-yard line. Here we go. AJ is going to keep it. AJ is in. Touchdown, and Art Crate Field is shaking right now. And they are going wild. They are going wild. I'm just going to let you listen in to the sounds of the GK Boom Squad. What a game. What a game. AJ Tuivai-Ave with his third rushing touchdown of the night, and that may be his biggest rushing touchdown of his life, as he gives the Eagles a 2-point lead in what has been an epic big game showdown. Now, extra point blocked. So what does that mean? Well, that means a field goal for O'Day can win it now. It's 40-38, 35 seconds on the clock. O'Day has a very good kicker. O'Day has 2 timeouts. This game is not over. And when you have a player by the name of Leo Banchero, well, big plays can be had. What a thriller tonight. AJ Tuivai-Ave, just a sophomore, but this is a name we'll be saying time and time again for several years, is showing tonight he is definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Washington. O'Day and their O-line and their rushing attack, Uriah Stringfield has been phenomenal tonight. Banchero with some huge plays. Moy, the freshman quarterback for O'Day, got his team back into this game. 35 seconds to go. This is not over, ladies and gentlemen. This is not over. O'Day can win it with a field goal. They can win it with a field goal. Just absolutely amazing. This thing will not end tonight. And nobody has left the building. Art Crate Field was shaking tonight, a minor earthquake tonight, and it was not coming out of Mount Rainier. It was coming out of the student section, the GK Boom Squad. They have not sat all night long. And here's the kickoff, and it's a big one. And Coach Logan said, leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. And here we go. 35 seconds to go. The magician Monty Kohler. He's somehow got his team back into this game. It didn't look great. They took the lead. GK retook the lead. Making some final notes. How much credit do you give this freshman quarterback for O'Day? What a way to learn. Hey, we're going to put you in against this great GK team, and it's going to come down to the wire. This is where you become a better football player, and he's done a phenomenal job. Monty keeping his team in this game. Here we go. 35 seconds. Now, O'Day has 2 timeouts. They have 2 timeouts. Look for Stringfield. He's in the neon gloves. Look for Banchero. Those are their big playmakers. Banchero, bad snap. And GK thinks they've got it, and I think they do. And that will be the ball game. What? Just a bad snap. And it looked like Kean Wilson was on the recovery. He was first in there. Jeremiah Leumuava causing some troubles in there as well. He's been doing that all night long. And more than likely, your player of the night, AJ Tuivai-Ave, will probably just take a knee here. And the GK Eagles have just said to the rest of the state of Washington, you better watch out for us because we're very good. because we already knew the O'Day Fighting Irish were good. And the Eagles tonight said, we're going to be the team to beat. What a game tonight. This has been a thriller. O'Day with 2 timeouts. But not even 2 timeouts is going to save him here. And the GK band, they have been sensational all night long. They have not sat once. They're on their feet. Big shout out to Big Game Kellen. I mean, he won't win an Emmy Award for this, but he should, because Big Game Kellen has been on his game tonight. I mean, I don't think there's an Emmy Award for streaming football games, but there should be, and I'd give the Emmy to Kellen. And that is going to be a knee, and that should do it. No signs from Monty to call a timeout. And what has been an epic first game of the season. The Graham-Kapowsin Eagles, they defeat the O'Day Fighting Irish in an instant classic, 40-38 your final. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately these 2 teams will not meet in the playoffs. One's 3A, one's 4A. But there's a good chance we see both of these teams playing for a state title. What a show tonight. Monty Kohler will have to wait 1 week for history, as he will go after that historic victory next week. Graceful in defeat, but what a win tonight for Coach Logan and his GK Eagles. This was a thriller. AJ Tuivasa-Ave, absolutely sensational. Case Betts, I want to go back to the catch Case Betts made. He gets his feet in, a ballerina move from Case Betts. That may be the play of the game that doesn't even get talked about, is Case Betts with that incredible catch on the sidelines. They get a first down. Just play after play we saw from Case Betts tonight. He was sensational. Jace Hollis was very good tonight. Just Blake Pearson ran the ball very hard tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. The King 5 Plus Big Game brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. GK, they win it 40-38, your final. Next week's big game on King 5 Plus, apparently this has already been sealed and dealed, will be the Bellevue Wolverines. We'll head to the great city of Bellevue. They'll be hosting the Lake Stevens Vikings. So another battle of heavyweights. That should be a good one. So next Friday we'll be live from Bellevue. Coach Knipp and the Wolverines should be a good one tonight. Next Friday night, you can watch that, download King 5. And here's the thing, is this game's on live on King 5 Plus. You can go back, you can watch it 20 times in a row. If I'm Case Betts, I'm watching that catch on the sidelines over and over again because it was absolutely amazing. And AJ Tuivasa-Ave, I'm sorry, this guy's going to have college scouts coming after him left and right after tonight's performance. But congratulations to both teams. Great way to start the season. Once again, the GK Eagles, they win this one 40-38. Thank you, Phillips Law Firm. Thank you to the amazing crew, Aiden, Ryan, Milt, Big Game Kellen, Medium Game Louie on the field. We call him Big Game Louie. Just a great crew. We got Tony White back at the station. Kip is doing some magical work back at the station as well. Thank you, Phillips Law Firm. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I got to go to work. I got some highlights. I got to get on the air tonight at 10:45 and 11:25 on King 5. There they are. The winners tonight, GK Eagles, once again, take game 1 of the season. 40-38 is your final. I'm Chris Egan. Thanks for watching, everybody.